Hit the button, right? It is Thursday, April 3rd. Wild night of storms. A lot of places in the country, but this is the Automotive State of the Union. I'm Paul J. Daly. This is Kyle Mountsier. Today we're talking about, say the magic word, Kyle. What are we talking about today? It's the T word, big T word.
Tariffs.
Yeah.
Yesterday we had the tariff sheriff on. Today we got the tariff playbook. And then we're talking about the other T word, Tesla.
Tesla tariffs and we missed a chance there.
Tesla tariffs and
I'm not going to get there.
I don't know it.
Temporary pricing.
Temporary. Oh my gosh.
That's why he's the producer.
Tesla tariffs and temporary pricing. That actually is what this show should be called today. That's the title. He's typing it in right now. That's so funny. Nathan's reminding me to keep myself on Do Not Disturb because apparently on the podcast version, some of you hear the stupid, insane inbound that I've just learned to ignore and not even hear in my ears. But apparently it was coming through on the podcast recording. So sorry for
Thanks
that.
for your patience.
Sorry for that. I swear
sorry
I'm
for
not.
your ears.
Yeah, people want answers, Kyle. People
want answers.
Hey, there's a great place to get answers.
That's right.
It's coming up too. You share with me an infographic today that you made basically with our trained GPT about ASOTU.
It was unbelievable. It's no secret that we use AI around ASOTU. If we didn't, we wouldn't be able to accomplish what we do. And also we wouldn't be staying ahead of the curve so that we can introduce you to some of these new things. But we've been training a GPT about the entirety of ASOTU for
a long time.
A long time. It knows everything. And I just thought this morning, I was like, drop me in an infographic. I didn't ask it. I didn't give it any specifics. I said, give me an infographic about why come to ASOTU. And it just like, blah, 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 blah. And what's really cool about it is it reminded me like, oh, we really do emphasize people because it emphasized people through the entire thing. And that was the most fun. It wasn't like you're going to hear all these sessions. Now you're going to get all these sessions, but it's real people that are doing the job right now, talking about it. Hey, talking about the job that people are doing, we've got Pitch Tank and the submissions are flowing in. We've only got about a week left to submit. If you are a startup or you've created something innovative in your business and you want to pitch it to a room full of dealers and investors and industry partners, you can go to asotucon.com/pitch tank. Throw your video there. The judges are waiting. They want to see it. And we'll get 9 of you out to ASOTU.
Oh, that's a beautiful thing. I love this season. This is where like all the adrenaline starts flowing. We are 39 days away, I believe, today.
No.
So this is when people actually start like really making decisions. A bunch of speakers confirmed yesterday. We got some Auto News 40 under 40 showing up. And from this point forward, it is like literally like you've walked to the top of the water slide and now you sit down and the lifeguard's like, you can go now.
You can go now.
And the floor drops out and we're off and running. I wish the infographic wasn't ready to share, but like, listen, we're talking like 600 to 700 of your peers there, upwards 300 plus dealers, decision makers, some of the most innovative tech partners talking about the innovative things. And listen, we're not just talking about the people who are selling and communicating. We're talking about product people are going to be there to answer your questions. So if a user, a power user, come up, talk to them. There's some new people that you probably want to meet, some new sponsors that we've been talking a lot about, you've been hearing a lot about, such as Amazon Auto's team is going to be there. I know people have questions, so meet them in person, right? It's the best way to figure out what's going on in the landscape. So go to asotucon.com. The speakers list and the agenda are being added to and filled out every day because we like to, kind of keep it real and keep it relevant because no one even said the word tariff like 60 days ago. 30 days ago, maybe. 60 ago is definitely not. And then like at NADA, like, did you even hear that?
No, not well. There was a little bit of NADA, but not much. Maybe. Not much whatsoever.
It's tough. So there you go. ASOTU presented by Reynolds and Reynolds and Goobagoo. Thank you so much to our friends that help us make it happen. But now there's a lot going on. You need some updates, so let's get into it. A little summary, right? We need some summarization because there's a lot of things going on out there. But President Trump announced a baseline 10% tariff on all imports yesterday, plus an additional 10 to 50% in reciprocal tariffs targeting 60 nations with the biggest U.S. trade deficits, meaning they tariff U.S. products more than U.S. tariffs their products, or sometimes not at all. So President Trump saying we're going to level the playing field. Auto imports already under last week's 25% tariff, which we talked about last week. They're not facing any additional increases in Mexico and Canada. So as long as the goods comply with the 2020 USMCA terms. Brian Kramer of Cars Commerce released a tariff playbook. We had a great little kind of like emergency session. It's on our LinkedIn page. You can go to ASOTU on LinkedIn, and you can see it's one of our most recent posts.
It's also linked in the show notes. And anyone,
Tariff, the actual playbook is linked in the show notes. So basically, did a little summary on best practices, because that's really what everyone needs to know. Yep. Not necessarily, yes, where we're going, but what can I do and what should I be doing today? Basically, here are a couple points from that. Consumers are rushing to buy and scrutinizing where vehicles are built. So the Cars.com American-Made Index Guide really helps you be selective on which inventory you discount and your messaging. He said a lot of people laminate it and put it in the sales tower. What a practical tip.
Yeah, why not?
EVs could see a short-term slump. Hybrids and full-size trucks actually you may see a surge in sales. So align your lot accordingly. Some other actionable strategies: reduce your auction dependency, boost your service lane sourcing, pay attention to the data, and ditch the 45-day metrics as far as what you're, what you should be pricing and buying at. And obviously market your American-made units like front and center, because that's what's in everybody's head.
Yep.
Last comment, Kyle. I know you have a lot to say about like a lot of these things, but there's so much in here.
Comments. Yeah.
So many comments. But here's a great quote that he put at the end of this report. It says, "You won't lose profit because the market adjusted. You will lose profit because your process didn't."
Yeah. Look, if you think this is going to be any more impactful than the initialization of COVID, then you've gone crazy, right? Remember, we've been through things like this before as an industry, and we've come out just fine. Also, y'all, auto is in literally everybody's living room, TikTok account, Instagram scroll, news feed, email newsletter. Every single person in this country is getting inundated with this. So it's very akin to the, like, I bought a Honda, now I see all the Hondas. I see about auto, now I'm thinking about my new car. That's literally, my aunt messaged me last night from an Instagram reel that I shared and was like, I just started thinking about maybe buying a new car because of all of this, right? She wasn't in the market, wasn't thinking about it. It's just awareness drives intent. Yep. And so you are going to have an opportunity to capitalize on it as long as your people are well enough educated and have the talk tracks to take care of it. Don't sleep on this moment and opportunity. I would call this more of an opportunity than a detractor to the industry. And my guess is that this is actually going to drive sales pace up, even as tariff looms and even if pricing drives higher. We're going to be fine.
Speaking of opportunities.
Stop. Segue.
Time. Ford did a little opportunity seizing. Ford throwing open the gates to its employee discount program, offering deep savings to all customers through June 2nd as a preemptive strike against rising costs from newly announced tariffs.
Wow.
The From America for America campaign launched yesterday as tariffs were being announced. Brilliant move. Campaign unlocks A-plan pricing. Basically, this is typically $1,000 to $2,000 below invoice for everyone on most Ford and Lincoln models, with some high performance exclusions like Raptors, Super Duties, etc. Discounts are stacking on top of other deals, including extended free EV charger installation, now running now through June 30th. It came just hours after the president enacted 25% tariffs on imported vehicles. Their imported models include the Maverick, Bronco Sport, Mustang Mach-E from Mexico, and the Lincoln Nautilus from China. Ford's U.S. sales director, Rod Caffel, said, quote, "It's a way to give back to the communities that have supported us for generations. The move brings us certainty to an uncertain situation." I heard this and I was like, so smart.
You're going to see a lot of manufacturers coming up with this over the next 2 days now that everything came out strong. Ford was obviously prepared for it, had the notice ready. It was like, Are we on? Are we off? Are we on? Are we off? We're on. Let's go. And so they jumped right on it. But I'm sure you're going to see multiple of these types of incentive programs just to keep this. Like I said just a second ago, the OEMs are looking at consumers. We're looking at shopping behavior increase, Google searches increase. I've looked at a few marketing data points where we're seeing people just get into the market.
Yeah.
And so the OEMs are going to rush to capitalize on that. So watch for these incentive changes. Make sure your team's aware of them.
Right, because you think of what this actually does from a brand marketing standpoint. Number one, I think people naturally associate Ford with a whole, like, all-American made, right? Ford, all-American, F-150, blah, blah, blah. So Ford is taking all those people you said were now in consideration mode, in intent mode, and it's saying like, okay, there's going to be a rush. How can I grab disproportionately the market share by being the first one planted in their head that my vehicle is going to be the cheapest and not affected by all these tariffs, so I better get them while they can.
Wow.
James Ganther, actually, this is a great comment. I'm going to put it in here.
Yeah.
James Ganther, founder or CEO of Mosaic Compliance, says to understand tariffs, understand Brenton Woods and its overdue disassembly. We don't understand that, but I know that you do. But basically, here's the part we can all understand. We're changing global paradigms. It will be complicated and messy, but we'll all be better when it's over, which I believe will be sooner than many fear. Right.
Yeah. The pace of turnaround on this will be so high.
Well, the only thing to fear is fear itself. But I mean, we're definitely in a messy one. That's for sure.
Yep. Speaking of a messy one.
Oh yeah.
Segue.
Time. The third T.
Q1 has been messy for Tesla, and their Q1 2025 delivery numbers are in, and they've landed with a resounding thud. The EV giant delivered 336,000 vehicles, just over that, missing expectations by up to 55,000 units and raising tough questions about demand. Deliveries fell 13% year over year, and a sharp 32% from Q4 when Tesla was kind of all the rage, and everybody was looking at Elon and his success with with Trump. Tesla cited Model Y factory changeovers as a factor, but analysts see deeper demand issues, especially in the US. Model 3 sales in Europe dropped 30% in early 2025, despite not facing supply issues. So it's a global demand issue, not just a US demand issue. Tesla claimed the ramp up of the new Model Y continues to go well. So we'll see. I think, man, it's going to be interesting the way Q2 shakes out for them because all the energy started kind of like mid Q1. And we'll see if that demand energy is because of the public persona of Elon right now. Or
I mean, it certainly isn't helping when, right, cars are getting keyed, your dealerships are being firebombed, your charging infrastructure is being lit on fire. And just, I think the general thing that happens like in this mob mentality, it spills out. So even if you have no like political, reason to think about, you just start to think about like, I'm just going to stay away from that. Like just subconsciously. Right. And so it's very hard to get anything through.
Well, yeah. Cause do you want your car keyed or set on fire when it's sitting in the Kohl's parking lot?
No,
not a chance.
No. And I think that will go, it always, the mob always changes its focus at some point to something else.
For sure.
But they did say one thing that's not in the show notes is they touted that they were the number one selling vehicle. The Model Y is number one selling vehicle in China in, I think it was March, which everyone was like, oh, okay. And so like they were offering 0% interest and things like that. So they had like a little bit of an upside, but they definitely have a hard road ahead of them just for a number of factors. And, when people are lighting your companies on fire or your buildings on fire,
it's never good.
It's going to be, but the flip side is like Tesla by far makes the most EVs in the US. Yep. Like they make the batteries here, they make the cars here, they manufacture them here. So it really is like one of the most American made vehicles.
It could be a turn. I mean, there's been a bunch of graphics showing that. So yeah, it could be a turn for them in Q2. It's so interesting. So interesting.
I know. Well, look, thank you everybody for being here with us along with the ride. We love being in the fight with you every single day. If we can do anything to help you, if you hear any good news, hit us with it. crew@asotu.com. But we hope to be with you at ASOTUCon. Get your tickets.